This is the Rushmore Show, where it's all about your top four and nothing more. And we are here. We have made it. Sorry for the slight delay, just a couple minutes. Hopefully you guys didn't leave us.
You are live. We are live. Hey, Iowa in the house. Man, thanks for letting me know about the move. We got the move done. Our guys said, heck yeah, we're going to do that. So we've switched it. We even got it switched in the slides today that we're about to show you guys. Fat Boy's in the house. Bryce in the house. Fat Boy's on the show 2 weeks ago. What a great episode. Bryce was on last week. I was on in 2 weeks. So, man, love that. And Pickin Preacher's here. So, man, what a fantastic week. Let's just chat about the week real quick, man. Bryce came and hung out with us, told his testimony, dropped in and just had a blast. And for the 6 of you that are here in the beginning, say hello. But it was the #1 video we have ever had that wasn't a short on this channel last week. And that's thanks to Bryce, thanks to all of the people that are coming this week and this month, because they jumped in, they supported, they shared. What's up, Drew? What's up, Kevin? And it was awesome. I mean, here's some fun news, fun bit of news. We are only, Andy, 150 hours away from our first level of monetization now. It's closest we've ever been. Closest we've ever been. And man, we're almost there. And here it is. It's not about the money at all. But there are benchmarks, there are goals. And when you hit those goals, I mean, if you've ever done YouTube, which we've been doing it for 3 years now, this is our 4th. It is really hard not to just stare at the analytics and just like, man, how'd this video do? How'd that video do? And I can't wait till we can not have to look at that, right? And like just have fun. Which we try to do that anyways, but it's fun to kind of see each video. So thanks for that. We have a great couple episodes coming up. Yeah, Bryce had a video. Andy, look at this. Bryce had a video with some of that Geometry Dash mess. He had a video that hit 115,000.
Wow.
Wowzers. Yeah. Wowzers. Hey, and that's kind of what you need to blow up. But man, that's crazy. Yeah, analytics are addicting, isn't it? Not look at analytics. Is that possible? Yeah, exactly. So we're close. So thanks for doing that. Last week, we had 33 simultaneous people hanging out in our live, which is the very most we've ever had for that. Let's see if we can break that tonight. You guys hang around with us tonight. We are talking SHMUPs. And, dinner with the SHMUPs, huh? Oh, that's SHMUPs. But, yeah, dinner with the SHMUPs. But we're talking SHMUPs, shoot 'em ups. And we're going to talk about video games that are shooters. And, Andy, there are a bunch of different kinds of shooters. Yeah. I feel you're going off the rails tonight.
Well, here's the thing. It's funny. Every time Keith comes on, he happens to pick a genre that I don't really care for, like by and large. Now, I will say, to his credit, this is much better than RPGs. So he is improving. He's getting closer. You're getting warmer, Keith. You're getting warmer. But no, this is going to be fun. This will be cool. I am here to ruffle some feathers tonight. I think that's what the route I'm going to take with some of my picks. And we're gonna open it up to debate, but I'm no stranger to that. You know, you guys like to talk about my Mulan war movie pick and say that it's not a war movie when it really is. We all in our heart of hearts know that it's a war movie.
Yeah, well, that was fun. It was fun to kind of chat about that. But I was watching Keith, the other Keith from Vintage Sport Flips.
Yeah.
So much like you, Andy. He likes to go off the rails, and he was on our show not long back. And we're going to be on his show in a few weeks, so that's awesome. So let's talk about SHMUPs, right? So I was doing some research, Andy, and I'm like, man, I was going to go with all classic, straight up, like shooter, spaceship, whatever. And honestly, Keith messaged me and said, "Hey, I got a question. Is this type of game legal to put in?" And I was like, "It's a shooter, so I don't see why not. You make your own criteria." So I started to kind of do some research in my mind and in my head and try to just kind of map out what a shooter or shmup could really be. What's up, Blocky Kid in the house? Cannon says hello. That's Keith's son. And I came up with this, just doing some research. There are technically several subgenres of the shmup. The shmup. That's such a funny word to say. And the first one is probably one that you're going to hang out in pretty little, Andy. And that's the side scroller, right? What's up, PNX? PNX in the house. PNX was maybe going to be on the show. I asked them to come on, and they asked to maybe wait a few weeks. And PNX, I hadn't got back with you because I was waiting to see what was going to go on. So I'll message you about any potential things coming up. But yeah, so we have scrolling. That's a basically a horizontal shooter. So like a spaceship or something going left to right, right to left, shooting all these different things. Then you have fixed shooters. That's the one at the bottom, kind of shooting things at the top. Those are more classic arcade 80s style. Then you got the run and gun. Now this is the one that I could do a whole show on run and gun, to be honest. But run and gun is basically your typical army guy, basically fighting aliens or other army people or blowing things up, shooting with a gun, right? Or you've got the rail shooter, and that's the one that kind of uses the screen like this, and you kind of go straight. And then one of my least favorite, to be honest, is bullet hell. And that is when you have a spot about that big to maneuver through everything that's there. And then you got multi-directional shooters, which kind of shoots all around like the old school Defender, and it's been advanced in different ways. So these are the different kind of ones that are kind of, and one of your favorites, the isometric, which is kind of the 3D tilted version. So we're going to talk a little bit about all of those. All right. So that hopefully we nail which ones you guys want specifically. And we got to get our guy we got to get a guy up here. We got 15 people. Everybody say hello. Say hello. So we're not doing one specific, I don't think. I think everybody's got a little bit of something from all of those. So we're going to go and do shmups or shoot 'em ups, shooters. My absolute favorite genre, Bryce, Cuphead is a shmup. Yes, it is. And Kevin loves shmups. I used to play some of these shmups with Kevin, and he is really good at this stuff. He really does this.
I have a feeling. Also, Barry, what's going on? I have a feeling that if I'm going to make anyone mad, it's going to be Kevin. So forgive me, Kevin, with my picks. So
he put Ikaruga. That game right there is a bullet hell game. It is crazy. I don't even know how you can play those type of games.
I don't even know how to pronounce any of those games.
None of those on my thing tonight. I can promise you that. Well, let's get our guest out here, one of our favorite people, and we're going to talk about shmups, man. Top 4 shoot 'em ups of all time. Andy, you ready?
I am ready.
Let's do it. All right, guys. So if you were hanging out with us last year, we started lives. And one of the reasons we started lives was because of some of our friends were doing lives really well. In those lives, we had guys like Bert and some other people that we were just kind of either logging in and kind of jumping into their stuff. And we had only done one live up to then. And one of those guys that was doing lives really well and really fun was the guy we have on tonight. We met him personally at Louisiana RetroCon. Might have been this one, actually, maybe. Or was it the spring one? I'm not sure. We met him. No, it was the spring one. And then we met him there. He had a booth, interviewed him, and kind of became a little bit of friends and started following us. We were on his channel a couple times. He's on ours. for RPGs, but we're going to welcome back one of our favorite people, a friend in the faith, a friend in just pop culture and video games and all that other thing. We're going to welcome to the show Keith Dalton, the Pickin preacher. What's up, Keith?
What's up? What's up, man? How's it going?
Dude, so excited you're here. I wish I had hair that could get messy.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
But I don't.
I don't have any hair to get messy. I mean, just maybe,
you know,
this one here.
We
Your
do all have
favorite
this.
dude, the Pickin preacher. Of
Glad
course.
to be
Of
on,
course.
man. Absolutely.
So, Blocky Kid is supporting you. I love how he supports. I love just the family that we have.
Favorite Blocky Kid.
What's that?
I said my favorite Blocky Kid.
Oh, there you go. Pickin the nose preacher.
Wow.
Yeah, that's fun. Hey, so let's chat. You are a famous YouTuber, and
not even close.
so you honestly you're one of those guys that kind of started from the bottom, self-taught. You're in the ministry. You're looking for something to do. You had a business that you were doing like yard work and stuff. You're doing like landscaping and stuff, and you decided, hey, I'm going to try my hand at a little bit of reselling and YouTube. Yep. And you had on your life that video games, collecting video games, playing video games was kind of against the faith, and you just kind of had a reawakening. You had like a reawakening and did your channel, and man, I'm not going to say it blew up because there are levels of blowing up, but
yeah,
I remember you were right under 1,000. Like you were probably in the 800s, 900s. But over the last year, you've got a lot of traction. I remember watching when Jared was on your show and a few other those people, and just some of the people that were in your live was just amazing. And we are always inspired. So,
I mean,
I've seen you live in a while. You haven't seen what's going. Oh, by the way, Flipper dude, he's hanging out with us playing fantasy football, right? So we get to chat with him a little bit. But you haven't been live in a while. Why don't you tell everybody that's out there what's going on in your life, what's going on with your channel, what's going on in the direction, whatever you want to share.
Sure. How long do I got? Like a minute or two?
35 minutes. You're good.
35
as long as you want, man.
It all began.
Yeah, so I'm still reselling. I'm still doing YouTube. I've taken a little break because I'm just trying to catch up on some stuff, and the holidays are going on. But business-wise, I am pure video games now. We've gotten rid of a lot of our clothes. I'm not really reselling everything, just video games, video game related. I stopped doing conventions, selling at them. I'm now going to be at more, but now I'm just there to because, if you ever came and talked to me, I'm sitting there behind the booth. So now I get to walk around with people. I'm going to be, actually hanging out, and I'm using it as a means of sourcing. So that's something new this year. And if Yellow Jackets like to eat my house, but we got all that fixed. We got the floor fixed. We got the toilets fixed. And I got all that taken care of, and help with family as well. And the goal right now, I'm trying to get, it's kind of an arbitrary goal. I'm trying to save up to $10,000. The reason being is because I know that's a good kind of like just something safe in case anything else goes wrong for the next year. I'm not there. I still got a ways to go because bills and a lot of stuff has happened. We're having to fix stuff on our car. But that's kind of a goal, a personal goal right now. And I was going to use it to buy a new house, or, to set a down payment. But I'm going to be talking more about this. I think what I'm doing now, because we are working on a website where I can sell merch and sell the games that I find that would be in videos and all that. So we're going to have an actual website. Hopefully I can get that up soon. My wife's got it pretty much, the skeleton for it. But I'm going to be using money now to the $10,000 to invest now. So it's going to be more of a means to help the business so that I can get the money. Because we're kind of okay now. I was just really stressed out. We're okay staying here. We're thankful for the trailer. God's the one that's provided. Not many people have it, cash bought and don't have to worry about that. So it's all paid for. So I just figured I'd slow down, not get stressed out over issues. And so that's the goal for the business. With YouTube, I am going to be, so starting next week, So I have a video coming out tomorrow with me and my son. Not tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. Today's Thursday, right? I forget the day.
Yeah.
Today is Thursday. So tomorrow I have a video coming out with my son. And then starting next week, I'm doing a whole series on giveaways. So it's all about I'm building a collection to give away. So I have a big collection, and I don't know if you can see it, but right there, that little area right there,
Yeah.
that is all stuff that's going. I'm giving it away to well, I don't want to say because I already have it all planned out, but
well, I'm sure we can't wait to watch. I can tell you that.
Yeah, it'll be fun. But that's
so
really it. Before we
get into it, and look, we got 20 here. Man, I am just so blessed. Before this, after video games last year, we end up doing music. We do movies and TV, nostalgia, sports, and food. We do 2 months of each, but our 2 months of video games is always the best. You say you went just to video games. The community in video games is just out of control and amazing. And we've been going to conventions now, and most of the people we connect to are video game folks. And Keith is the new Mr. Beast. What I was going to share is that you're kind of branching out, and I've seen that you are you're using your storytelling and what you've learned skillfully to kind of help some other YouTubers. And man, I told you this on the privately in a text or two, but I believe we have one of the probably top 5 of my favorite storytellers coming on at the end of next month.
Nice.
And I believe you are trending at least in that direction in the way that you break down a video and use the sounds and all the comedic timing. You are really good at that, even though you are not, classically trained. And,
not at all. Not at all.
I'll say this: I do not miss editing our videos. It is not something that I want to go back to.
I love it. It's so much fun.
It takes the right
absolutely. Well, see, that's the thing. I love editing. The problem is it takes too long because I want to do everything. I want to have this and do that. And
can I say something to that?
Super time consuming.
Can I say something to that?
Yeah.
So I'm the same way. So I'll be saying to my wife, like, okay, so I really want to get this little transition, and I have to put these 2 sounds in here, but I have to make this one a little more subtle. And she's like, why? And I go, well, it just makes it better. And she's like, I don't think anyone notices that. So something I've been having to do is pull back. And in fact, some people, it even almost irritates some people. So I pulled back, and I'm trying to do what I love, but at the same time, do something that can be more streamlined. So, but you're right. The little things I care about that. But my favorite thing is when 1 or 2 people just randomly come in and say, oh, I just noticed you put that little Easter egg in there. I love that kind of stuff. Oh, and I am editing for Double Mint Games. Bryce pointed that out. Thanks, Bryce. So
Double Mint Games. I've been because of the episode you were on over there. You shared it. I started following them, and so man, I love that. I wish. Okay, for a couple things. 1, I wish I didn't have to work a real job so I could edit myself. 2, I wish I made enough money to pay somebody else to do it really amazing.
Yeah.
And 3, I'm just going to share this. I am that person that hears those or see those little things, those little nuances. Because
you comment
when I'm editing, I want to add all that. So I love it. Your videos are great. And so we're appreciative of you being here. I know you're kind of moving towards that stuff too. So be on the lookout for Pickin Preacher and what he's doing. But hey, let's jump into what we got going on today. So we're talking shooters. Why you pick shooters? What's your criteria today, you think?
Well, so why did I pick it? I just did. I haven't seen anybody else do it on here, and I haven't really talked. I haven't talked about it a lot. So I love shmups, and the more I was thinking about it, I was like, well, I also love running guns, and then I didn't realize how many different ones there are. So I love them. The thing is, the reason I wanted to do it is because it's something I never really was able to get too into because we just didn't have them, but I always loved them. And the ones that I've played, I absolutely like. Well, I won't talk about because one of them I'll be talking about. So now, why do I like them? I like them because they're really intense. You're laser focused when you're playing them. Most of them has that 90s music nostalgia for me.
Oh,
Yeah.
And that's one of the best things about
them. So yeah, that's kind of why. And I just figured it would be unique because you do see people talking about them. You have a few genres that are like really desired, but nobody really talks about them. RPGs, shmups, and horror games. Of course, a lot of people talk about horror games. But so I just figured I got an annoying one for Andy last time, so I figured I'd just get another.
It's not as annoying, but you're trending the right direction. Eventually we'll get there. It's only going to take like 6 more times for you to be on the show for us to get one that I really like. So
there you go.
No, I'm excited. It's going to be fun. Hey, I want to real quick say, I know you just put welcome. Super Garbage Day is in the house. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We also got Yoda's Blessed Life hanging out here. And we've also got Nightbot in the house. Nightbot.
So, I was going to share. So I've been messing with Nightbot, and it obviously didn't work. That was supposed to say hello to all our new friends, and now it just says, hey user. But well, it didn't work. So wait, let's try this because I want to see if you guys. Hey, I want you guys to try this. Hey, Will ain't dead. Welcome to the show. Special appeal. Welcome to the show. One of the things Sean does in his live is that's real life perspective. If you type the word real, REEL, the man, the myth, you type the word real. Man, he's like, are you finished? So I was messing with Nightbot. So Nightbot might mess with you guys just a little bit. So what it is
spicy tonight.
Yeah, well, here's the reason why. I have been giving wrenches to everybody, and if they have a wrench, if they had a wrench, Nightbot stopped talking to everybody. That's why we never saw him. He only talked to the new people. So now he's talking to everybody. So one thing, if you guys type in Summit Squad, let's see if it works. It's supposed to work. Type in Summit Squad like that. It should share your link. So somebody try it. Somebody out there, try it.
Can I do it from the StreamYard chat?
Yeah, it's supposed to.
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody's doing it, and it's not working. Nightbot, you're killing me, dude.
Nightbot, how dare you?
How dare you? I'll work on it because I want all you guys to be able to share your links. So yeah, it's not working.
Isn't it like? Don't you have to have like an exclamation point?
Try exclamation Summit Squad because that's what it was, but we took it off and it didn't work there either.
No, it's not working there.
Not working. Oh well, so we'll figure it out.
We just got a bunch of comments on our video for free.
That was a good tactic there, Kirk. I appreciate that.
Well, why don't we try it now with capital letters?
Hold on,
maybe it's capital. Maybe it's all right, so your criteria, you love them, you played them, they are intense. So look, that's how we do. So we got a bunch of new people. This is for you guys. If you're new, Will ain't dead. I'm going to send you a wrench. Welcome to the show. But this is for all our new folks. Before we get started,
Will's a good dude.
Welcome to the Summit Squad. So welcome to the Summit Squad. And, Andy, one of the things that I also added with Nightbot is added all the bad words so we don't have to delete people. He should automatically kick them out. So I went and did that. We are not necessarily a G-rated show, PG-rated show, maybe PG-13
family
sometimes.
Friendly.
But we're a family-friendly show. We're not a Christian show, but we're not a Christian show. Share my red hot links. I love that. And what that being said, welcome here for hanging out with us. And while we take this journey through shooters, you can add yours as we go. That's being a part of the Summit Squad. Just a heads up, we are literally 150 watch hours away from from monetization. It's the closest we've ever been. Thank you, Bryce, last week for doing that. So if you guys hang out with us, we would love it. But that doesn't even matter. Let's get into the show. Keith, our first one is Rosie, which is Roosevelt, who we think is at the bottom.
Theodore Roosevelt.
You tell us, who is your number 4, the very bottom of your mountain? We'll build this thing up to the top, to the peak. What's your 4th favorite SHMUP?
Okay, so I'm not really sure what category of SHMUP this is, but it's very unique. It's called In the Hunt. So it was on the PlayStation. I think it was on the PS1, but I know it from the Sega Saturn. Unfortunately, I don't have it with me. As you know, I sold off some of my Sega Saturn. That was one of them, just because it had a lot of value. But it's the art, everything. It's just like Metal Slug. The only thing is that you're in a submarine, and think of you played Metal Slug on the Neo Geo, so it's like that, but you're in a submarine, so you're not flying, and you drop these bombs, and it's just pure chaos, just like Metal Slug. That's really the only difference. So if you like Metal Slug, and if you have a lot of money, you should try to get it. I think you can get a emulator. You can get it, like download it. But I like that one because one of the original run and guns that I had played was Metal Slug. So when I found out about In the Hunt, and I didn't even play In the Hunt till way later, it just spoke to me. So yeah, that would be my bottom of my these 4 that we have. So
the base of the mountain. That's. I mean, I don't know this game. I don't think it's a secret.
You know Metal Slug, right?
No, I know Metal Slug. Absolutely, I know.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, the fact that it's like Metal Slug. Oh yeah. So we're testing this out. New feature on the show. Kirk's going to do some digging here. But just a heads up to people. In several weeks, and we're in the middle of the show. We're going to talk about our schedule coming up. But I don't remember exactly what date. Oh, we lost Kirk.
Kirk's gone.
Kirk's gone. I don't know what he's doing. But anyway, so we're going to talk about hardest games. They're like games that we love that were really difficult. And I, as a kid, now again, not In the Hunt, but Metal Slug was really difficult on the arcade system because the amount of you just start and bullets are flying everywhere. And you're like, what is happening here? And you got 6 hits and you're dead, or something crazy like that. It was
In the Hunt's the same way. It's like you got stuff coming from above, stuff's coming from behind, and unfortunately, all you do is shoot ahead, and then you have 2 bombs. One goes up, and then one goes down. But then you're running into stuff you think you're supposed to run into, but it's an enemy. So
yeah, I think it's just chaotic, right? Chaos is ensuing. So. Kirk, are you trying to pull that up, or I see the spinning. It's spinning.
I guess it's not going to work.
What is it?
Well, he was going to try to show some gameplay.
I guess it's not going to work.
What's happening here? Why are we doing that? There we go.
Oh, are you doing the share screen thing?
I was trying, and I lost everybody for busting it up. So no. Truth be told, my modem is on the fritz, and we were supposed to get a new one, and that was too much bandwidth, so it kicked me out. So, Andy, if you want to try, you're welcome. But, that looks like a cool game. It looks kind of like Metal Slug. The scene I was looking at was kind of like underwater or something, like a submarine or something. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I've never actually played this, but it is a pretty expensive game, isn't it?
On the Sega Saturn, it's like $250. You want me to try to share my screen for that?
If you want.
Yeah, you can try. Yeah.
See if that lets you pull that up. Can you see that?
Let's see.
Yep.
And I can. Yeah. You want me to put it on full screen?
There you go.
Okay.
So that's it. There you go.
Okay, there it is, just like that. So let me get to this. Is the actual gameplay. Oh, I have it muted.
Yeah, that's where I was at, right there. Yeah.
Very nice.
So it's a lot different than pause it, turn it off.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's good.
It is very much like you said, those 90s, that music, the 8-bit, that music is just endearing. It's great stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, cool.
So Andy, you're up, man. And Schmuppins, you're the Schmuppets.
Yes,
What are you going?
the Schmuppets.
What's your criteria?
My criteria was, holy heck, I've got to find 4 of these games I like. That was what I was thinking. No, so when I first thought Shmups and I did my research, I was freaking out because I was like 95% of the games I've never even heard of. So I was just pulling up a list like top 100 greatest Shmups of all time. Then what I did was I started getting into subgenres, and then my anxiety was eased a little bit. So on my list of 4 tonight, I don't have a traditional shmup, like what I guess what is considered just a standard shoot 'em up. So I'm going some run and gun. I'm going some rail shooters. I'm going a couple different ways with this one because these are games that I just like to play. And the first one I was surprised that it was. Now I remember levels of this game that were definitely shmup, but when I Googled it, this one told me that it was a shoot 'em up as like its second genre, and Google never lies. So I'm going to use it, and I'll let you guys debate me on it if you want to. I thought it was just a platformer, but I guess the run and gun is very similar to a platformer in that sense. And it's not too far off of it. Side scrolling and doing all that. So I am picking for my Rosie one of my favorite games of all time. Played it a ton as a kid. It was one of those games where it was like I wasn't sure if I was the only one who's played it, but I've done research on it and watched videos, and like it is a loved game. So my Rosie, I'm going to the Sega Genesis. I was playing this bad boy. I'm going Rocket Knight Adventures. Rocket Knight Adventures is such a fun game. I played the mess out of this game. Now, there's levels in this game where you're on like, if I remember correctly, you're like flying and it's kind of a shoot 'em up kind of feel, or you're like doing like a water ski kind of thing. You're doing this thing, and it is very shoot 'em up in that sense. You've got the whole time in those levels, you're just walking, and bad guys are getting like trucked in and parachuted in, and all this stuff is happening. So you've got a ton of villains that you're fighting. It is absolutely one of my favorite games of all time. I have a sneaky suspicion that this won't be the first time that it's going to be mentioned during this series. These 2 months. But again, when I go to Rocket Knight Adventures, I Google it. Again, this is my criteria here. Genres: platform game, shoot 'em up, scrolling shooter. That's the 3 genres that it puts it under. So anyway, there is my pick, my Rosie, Rocket Knight Adventures.
Hey, look at here.
Yes. Oh, nice. And then Keith has got it. They got the hard copy.
This is the Japanese. This is so it's not. It's actually more expensive for some reason, but yeah.
What's up, Christina?
Yeah. All right, so yeah, that's my first questionable pick tonight. Maybe, I don't know, but it's a game I like and it fits under that. So have at it.
So we're there. Hey, so if it says it's a shooter in the definition, it's a shooter. I see it more like a platformer a little bit, but it's okay. It's all right. Pickin Pre.
There's so, like I said, like I didn't even know like some of the running guns and all that stuff. It's just like RPGs. Remember, the Fallout is considered RPG.
Yeah.
It just depends on who you're asking. I mean,
right. And the cool thing about our show, it literally is. It's your opinion. If you've never played shmups too much, you're gonna get close, and this is what you like. So that I look, I'm down with it. I'm here for it. So I love this game. It's fun. It's a blast. And I absolutely it's one of the better games from the Genesis. So
yeah. All right. Well, hey, this is the least mad I'm going to make anyone tonight. So just Just be ready.
With Rocket Knight Adventures going to be the least.
This is the most tame. This is like my I picked 300 for as a war movie. I think that's agreeable. But
100%.
Just buckle up.
100%. So, with that being said, my criteria after looking at all of the different 6 levels of subgenres and what they're doing, I decided that I'm going to pick my 4 favorite subgenres, and I'm going to give you my favorite game from each one. That's what I'm going to do today. And I always felt Rocket Knight was an underrated game. Yeah, it's definitely an underrated game for sure. So I love a lot of these games. I love a lot of it's a lot of my history. It's a lot of what my as a kid, this is what sucked up a lot of time. What I love about these games is, and it's the opposite of what I love about RPGs. It's the opposite about what I love about like adventure games like Zelda and whatnot, is you can plug them in, you can play them. Once you die, you unplug it, you go away, and then you come back, you do it again. It's not one of these where you get all this time invested. You see if you can beat it. There's guys out there I watched kind of studying for this, guys like SHMUP Junkie and whatever. These guys play millions of hours, and it's crazy, but I will say that's not me, right? So whenever I played these, it was a kind of a type of game that I loved to play, just kind of beat the time away. But my first one, my Rosie, let's go. My Rosie, I'm going to go back to the beginning, right? Not the very beginning, but I'm going to go with a fixed shooter. And I'm going to go with my favorite fixed shooter. It's one of the first shooters I can remember as a kid. I remember playing this a ton as a kid in the arcade. Right across the street from our old church, there was a donut shop that has one. I'm going to go with 1981's Galaga. And it's a fixed shooter, and it's kind of one of those ones that I like that started the genre, if you will, and it made things go further. Back then what was it, 4-bit probably, and you're talking about something that moves back and forth, and just the array of things coming, just level after level after level after level. Get your second ship as it hovers away. I quarter dumped on this, tons of quarters, and it's not the best shooter in the world, but I think as iconic as it is, and probably setting the stage for a lot of the rest of the games. When you're talking about fixed shooters, there's not a whole ton that are really great nowadays. Most of them started back then, the Centipedes, I had Demon Attack that I was thinking about, but when I really nailed it down, the one that I think was the most iconic and the one that I think is probably the most influential was Galaga.
Nice
pick. I like that.
I didn't even think of that.
So I have a keychain, or I had a keychain that's like an arcade cabinet, and it's Galaga, and you can actually play it. It's way too big to be on your keys. It's way too big to be on your, it's ridiculous. But it's fun. So I play that. I will say Galaga too, like the artwork for it, like the font that says Galaga is an iconic one. Yeah. It's a cool look. It's colorful. I like that. I like this game. A nice OG throwback.
100%. All right. Well, that's our first round. There's some very diverse games, right?
It's gonna stay diverse.
Stay diverse. We like diverse. I mean, it's like the church. Retro Rob in the house. Good evening. Big shout out to Keith. Yeah, man. Big shout out to Keith. Retro Rob, you're on next week, man. And another shooters, but this time first person shooters.
Kirk's gonna struggle. Well, he probably pick him. He just can't play him.
I have some of my favorite first person shooters. The problem with first person shooters is, to me, they're the hardest games. I'm terrible at them. I am absolutely horrible, but I do have some that I love.
What was that?
Where am I at, Kirk? You're staring at a wall.
Oh, okay.
So,
is there a camera in the room?
We'll kind of share that story. We'll share that story eventually, I'm sure, during Rob's show. But Andy had a resurgence at one of the conventions. Was like, everybody kind of collects something. And by the way, I collect my collection is mainly PlayStation 2. One, the library is huge, and two, it has a lot of games that are really good that I can't necessarily always get on this, which is all the RetroPie. So I wanted games that I couldn't necessarily get on the RetroPie, and second, games that aren't $7,000, right? Yeah. So I can get a whole bunch of games that I like, that I want. So I started playing PS2, Nintendo, and Super Nintendo every once in a while if I see a gem that I had as a kid that I really want to replace. But Andy decided to go Nintendo 64, and he brings it home. And I remember being there. It's like, oh, let's play some games. Let's do this. And he's, we're playing wrestling. We're playing this. And we put in GoldenEye. And Andy just destroyed me. And I'm like, bro, I don't know where I'm going. And he's like, you're staring at a wall. Turn it.
That's how it was even back in the day.
I am just very bad at first-person shooters. Just very bad. But, yeah.
GoldenEye is a little different, though, because that was very, you're like...
FYI, Space Invaders. It was between Galaga and Space Invaders for me. Space Invaders was even probably the predecessor to Galaga. If I don't know the chicken or the egg or whatever, I'm pretty sure Space Invaders was first. But it was one or two. Sean, there he is. Sean, you're gonna have to tell me how to get that Nightbot talking about real, because Summit Squad didn't work today. But anyways, so you're up, Keith. You were up, and we're gonna do TJ, Jazzy, Jeff.
Yeah. All right, so it's mine.
Yep.
Okay, I'm actually changing one.
Ooh.
Come on.
So, well, I'm going to change it on the next one. I won't change it right now because I think it would be better next. Okay. So I pick Steel Empire. I don't know if it came on other consoles, but I know it from the Sega Genesis. It was I don't remember all the names of them, but it's like your typical, side scrolling in a ship shooter, just like in The Hunt, but except you're in a ship. So this one is more of like a steampunk type one. So blimps, ships, tanks, and have all kinds of steampunk engine. So, but the typical kind with tons of bullets and bombs dropping, and so that would probably be my next in line there. That's another one that I actually didn't play till later. My brother's best friend had the game, and he had a bunch of shmups, so he would bring them over and we'd play them. Of course, I would more so watch. So that one's gonna be my next one here. So, did you ever play Steel Empire?
Well, Kirk looks like he's playing it now. Is that what that is?
There he is. So he already had it pulled up.
I have not played that. Not at all. No, for sure not. It's a classic Genesis. Same thing with the dong dong dong. The bass, the typical 16-bit Genesis bass stuff. It looks like they've remade it some. Like is it a franchise? It's a series, or is they just like?
See, I didn't know they remade it. So
it may just be like updated.
Kevin says it came out on the Switch.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing when I'm looking
okay.
Up. Yeah.
There we go.
There it is. Yeah, so there you go.
This is the old school. This is Genesis thing.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, he shoots backwards.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
That's the worst gun.
What, to shoot out the back?
It's like, oh dang, I missed you. No, I didn't.
Well, no, you got a front and a back. One was the.
I thought it was only the back. I'm like, why would you do that? You're gonna get.
There's a what's that game? There's a game it reminds me of with the kind of like Russian background. It's not. What is it called? I can't remember. I just went blank. Strider. Some of the background kind of reminds me of Strider.
Dude. Speaking of Kevin, Strider is where I played the very first time at Kevin's house. Dude,
Really?
that is. I remember being at Kevin's house playing Strider and just being in awe in 1993 or 2 or 1, whatever it is. And just being like, this game is amazing. Not the Nintendo version, the Genesis version.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about because
Where he's
the
holding
large,
that like metal snake. That's kind of like, dude, that game was amazing. That game was so crazy. The cover art for that game is awesome, is what Manny says. Yeah, I love steampunk. It's kind of a cool take. It's like a Zeppelin, if you will. Yeah, there's the art right there. I don't know if you can see it, but kind of in the corner. But
you're talking about the big Zeppelin up in the front that's all like metal looking? Yeah.
Flying Edge was the maker, so pretty cool. That's a cool game, man. So you got 2 classic Genesis games, right? That's where you're going?
Yeah, well, In the Hunt, I mean, it's the classic style. It's the most
classic,
of mine are.
In the Hunt was PlayStation, right? I probably have that one too.
Well, yeah, PlayStation and Sega Saturn.
Well, this doesn't have Saturn on it. The highest it goes is 32X and CD. It don't have Saturn, but I bet it has the PlayStation 1 version. In the Hunt. Nope. Wait, maybe.
I think I'm gonna actually change my the ones that I'm changing because I'm gonna keep the more classic shmups for my top 4. And then the others, I'm going to change it. So I'll keep it how
thought about doing that. Just doing classic, my top 4, and then giving all the rest.
Yeah.
All right, Andy, you're up, I think, right?
Yeah. So this next one.
So you have Super Mario Brothers for the next one?
We have for this one Tetris. No.
Wow. Okay.
No. So, but for my next one, I am going Super Nintendo. Is where I was playing this on. This is a run and gun. Another running gun one. And
hey,
I'm so glad.
Sean, tell them what we're doing.
Yeah, so we are doing shmups, shoot 'em up games. For me, I'm doing a lot of the subgenres, the run and gun games. And I'm so glad that you're in here because the main character looks just like you, Sean. And I'm going Zeke from Zombies Ate My Neighbors. Zombies Ate My Neighbors.
Wow.
I love this game so much. It's Google tells me it's a running gun, so I'm going with it.
That's a running gun?
Game is so good. It's such a good game. Such a good game. But I remember like the overhead shot. I remember like jumping on trampolines and jumping over the hedges to do that and shoot all these zombies and stuff. The animation, the artwork, the music in Zombies Ate My Neighbors is fantastic. This is just pure nostalgia. It's another game that I spent way too much time on as a kid. And yeah, man, ton of fun. You got zombies coming at you from everywhere and you're trying to dodge them, but also kill them at the same time. But anyway, yeah, I'm going with Zombies Ate My Neighbors. Now, Kirk, I know you love this game. I don't know how much people.
I'm going to be honest. I absolutely love this game.
It's a fantastic
game. It's one of my top games. And I'm going to hold on to my comments about Zombies Ate My Neighbors, not because it's on my list. It's not on my list. I did see it when I was researching as a shooter. And although he does shoot the water gun, it is not my idea of what I would picture as a shooter.
That's considered a run and gun?
It says it. It says it's a shoot 'em up.
And the internet.
Hey, check this out real quick. While Sean's here, tell me that's not Sean. Look at it.
Yeah. That's Sean, you should use that for sure. But let me just say, I love this game. And here's the thing. It's hard, especially. It's not the hardest game in the world. But it's really hard if you don't like perfect every level from like 1 through 20. Like in the very beginning, I don't remember the number. You gotta like perfect everything in the beginning because at the end, you need all that like extra lives.
Yeah.
All that extra stuff. The game is really, really fun. I love it. I love like you're going through like the mall and stuff.
Yeah.
this is very close to Mulan, and in my opinion, I don't know.
Oh, this is vanilla compared to where we're about to go.
Oh, okay. This is vanilla. Okay.
We're about to hit Rocky Road in a little bit. Don't worry.
Rocky Road.
Great game. It's a great game. Good thing we sent our friend Pickin on that one, because if he was here, he'd really get on you. So
that was my goal. I wanted him to. This is what it was for. But okay, it's okay.
I guess you read my private chat, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
We already knew. We already knew.
Okay.
So, anyways,
Save us.
life
Kurt.
is good. Life is good, and zombies did eat the neighbors. That was a great game. But I'm going to share something about that when Keith shares another pick later, which might be the one he changed. So, whenever he shares that later, I'll share it. So,
all right.
Yeah. So, I'm going to go again. So, my turn.
Oh, not me. You.
So, my next pick, this was the one non-traditional pick that I decided to put in. I probably played this quite a bit at Kevin's house. I think Kevin was the one that probably had this. I do know my buddy Chris had it for sure. He lived down the street. I didn't have this because if you remember, I've said this before, I was very pro Nintendo as a little kid, and then I got PlayStation and whatnot. But as a little kid, I didn't have the Master System. I didn't have the Genesis, but Kevin had the Genesis that I got to play, and my buddy Chris had the Master System. So there were two versions of this game. One was on each, and I'm going with part 2, which was on the Genesis. It's a rail shooter. It's my rail shooter of the night. And I'm going with Space Harrier 2.
I knew you were gonna say that.
And I love this game, man. Get ready and just, dude, that game. I played a lot of hours on this game down at Chris's house. Space Harrier 1, and I think Kevin, Kevin, correct me if I'm wrong. I think you had it too. But it's just a fun game. From now. It doesn't hold up because I have played it on this. It doesn't hold up. It doesn't stand the test of time to me. It's very choppy and it's very slow. But the screen is kind of coming at you. It's very cool, techno-driven music, kind of 80-ish techno-driven music. And the bosses were the best. The dragon that was just kind of flying around and all the other things. Yeah, see, I thought so. Kevin did. So as far as retro rail shooter game, he would kind of like run on the bottom, and then you could lift him up on the top and kind of fly halfway, and then he'd get down on the bottom. Really cool game, Space Harrier 2. Andy, you know this one?
No, but I'm looking at screenplay, like gameplay of this, and this cocaine is a hell of a drug. Is all I'm saying. I mean, it's like it. Like wow. This, what was this? The game looks like what Tool songs sound like. Like what is with these like this guy? So I can't. This one that's like a floating head that you're fighting. What is that's?
I thought that I was like, I wonder if somebody's picking Space Harrier. So this is a game. So Kirk, this is a game that you had to play it back then to still like it. So we played. We just got done playing SHMUP on the Dreamcast, and one of the little arcade games that you have in there is Space Harrier. And so my kids played, and they were like, "Is this a real game?" And I said, "Yeah, that's a real game." And they were like, "This is horrible." I was like, "Yeah, you know, there's some things you just have to respect for." Yeah,
that's not even the crazy one, dude.
Here's the.
Lemon, I don't know if that's the person's like the streamer's name.
Well, the first one's like a dragon.
Dude, what in the world? Look at that.
Yeah, and you just kind of like
was on things and had visions.
Most Genesis games, a lot of Genesis games were that way.
Oh my gosh! I didn't even know how it played.
And every time you die, get ready, and you just
yeah, you ready?
Yeah, I love the game. It's fun, man. But it was the one non-traditional I had on the original, and it was going to be my Rosie. But then when I changed the format of what I'm doing, I decided to go with and move it up and bring in Galaga. What's that?
My camera dropped. Hold on.
So we're halfway. We're halfway. And man, what a great show it's been so far. It's time to do some commercials. So, Andy, if you want to get your favorite Culture Box friend ready, I'll tell them about what's coming up in the next few weeks. So, guys, we've got 12 here. Let me show you what is happening on the Rushmore Show in the next literally couple weeks. So, here we go. Now, that is the promo video for this. So let's chat about it. We are right now, Bryce was last week, and what a great show with Game Boy. We're doing SHMUPs today with Pickin Preacher. Next week, Rob was on here. I don't know if he's still hanging out. We love him to death, but he's coming out of retirement to do first-person shooters. We have a slight move, and Iowa Retro Gaming Dad was here earlier. He's now moved to January 23rd, and he's doing Video Game Heroes. Then January 30th, Manny's hanging out with us right now. Saturn Steve, they're coming on to do Genesis. Nice. And then we're going to finish up doing our friends Derek and Jag. They moved to February 6th for Iowa. And we're going to do your top 4 things that you can do in video games that you wish you could do in real life, basically. And then, look, we're finishing off strong. Oh, I didn't add it here. I got to add it there, too. Mort's Garage and Square Pegs has joined the crew for that show. We are doing overrated games. February 20th is Pac-Man and Retro Wolf, Hidden 64 games. Nintendo 64 Hidden Gems. That's the one, Andy, that we didn't have solid, but it is. That's the pick. And we're finishing off with, man, another great storyteller. Actually, 2 great storytellers. One that has been around for a little bit, and another one that has just kind of blown up on the scene. RNG and Retro Kart Collector. They're going to do Hardest Games. Hardest Games is more of it's more of an RNG thing. And Retro Kart is a great bud of his. Oops, wrong person. And Retro Kart's a great bud, so they're going to jump in and do that. It's going to be fun. And then at the end of this month, we are busy. Andy and Courtney, his wife, are going to be down hanging out at Pelican right here. Pelican. And Pelican is a convention in Louisiana by our friends, the Coreys, right? And Corey Daggerpont and Corey Bardsley, not of Goonies fame, are putting this together. And Andy's going to be preaching. And Andy, I don't know if you've put it together, but I think it's a little of a Capcom versus Marvel theme. Probably going to go with that. Yeah, so Andy's preaching Saturday. You guys make it down there. It's going to be it's been moved. It's actually in Denham Springs this year. It used to be in New Roads. So Andy's going to be there. And then the next week, the very next week, and I haven't seen it in the chat yet today, but Louisiana RetroCon, I'm wearing last year's. It's where me and Keith met. It's where we met. But Louisiana RetroCon, and it was just announced, Pac-Man case who's going to be on the show later, is going to be a guest. But it's a Sonic theme this year, and we'll be preaching at that as well.
Nice.
Because we have a little thing what we call the reboot. And reboot is essentially an unconventional ministry, and it's one of the most things that we are the most excited about. Check this out.
Prepare to make the jump to light speed.
They're getting closer.
Oh, yeah? Watch this.
That Nerd in the Word video is just, we do nerdy sermons and we put them on online, and all the people we meet at the conventions, we give them a little bit of an outlet of getting to meet Christ in a more tangible way than me holding a sign and picketing out front, but hanging out, hugging their neck and becoming friends with them and just telling them God loves them. And we're on this journey together, right? And so that is a big deal for us. And we'd love to connect them back to something. So if they come and hang out with us, they'll have some nerdy sermons that they can kind of maybe relate with to start learning to walk that life with the Lord, pick up their Bible, find a church in their local community, and start serving and doing kind of what we did. So we're just trying to open up some doors to have people hear the word of God in a different way. So, Andy, speaking of word of God, we got a word of God guy below us that loves the Lord, and hopefully we'll have him on Reboot one of these times when he gets time. But we have some other guys that love to talk about Jesus, love to talk about nerdy things. We call it the culture box. It's up there over your head. Who's going to do with them today?
Yeah. Hey, speaking about bringing the Word of God sermons in a nerdy fashion, I think it's a great segue to our friends Dallas and Celeste over at Geek Devotions. Let's check it out.
Geek Devotions is a collaboration of devoted geeks that are devoted to letting people know that they are loved. They produce a weekly geek culture infused devotional, their podcast content, and written articles, all designed to encourage and challenge people in the geek community, bridging the gap between their faith and their geekdoms. Find all their content at geekdevotions.com.
Go check them out. Let them know that the Rushmore Show sent you.
And Andy, tomorrow I got a snow day, and so I'm not going necessarily into work. We're doing a digital day, but I'm going to be online with you tomorrow morning for a Friday morning fellowship, and hopefully I have my favorite cup of Joe. What's your favorite cup of Joe?
Well, you already know. First of all, I hate calling it a cup of Joe, so that's it's very well known.
Can I just share this? The reason I said that, I watched a YouTube video maybe last night, and it's so gross. The guy goes, "Can I get a cup of Joe?" And the lady leans back and goes, "Hey, Joe!" And Joe comes over and he pours like hot water over his chest. And he
gosh. I already hate it.
And he goes,
I already hate it.
Hey, look. Super Garbage Day. I'd love to contribute to the show someday. That's awesome.
Can I just share this Super Garbage Day? You came and hung out last week or the week before, and kind of new to the channel. I'm just going to share this with you, man. I went and checked out your stuff. Your content is great. He is on the cusp, if I remember correctly, maybe he did, of catching 1,000 subs. So if you aren't there yet, great video game content. Great nostalgia content, and he is almost to 1,000. Go watch him. It was a great show. I appreciate it, and you are welcome. So, hey, Super Garbage Day. Our next thing that you might want to get involved in is music is coming up, then movies and TV, and then nostalgia in the summertime is probably amazing. But yeah, man, definitely everybody.
25 away. About 25 away.
Great. It was a great channel. I enjoyed it. So much.
Hey, let's show our last commercial real quick. Talk about the official coffee of the Rushmore Show.
Let's face it, at-home coffee can be pretty stale. Coffee at home doesn't have to be boring. The Village Coffee is here to deliver the flavor. The Village Coffee roasts coffee every week and sells online. Go to villagebeans.com to order your coffee today and use discount code Rushmore for free shipping.
Andy, is this the swan song? Is this the maiden voyage? Are we getting Barry on?
I want Barry on this.
Barry.
He
Listen,
needs to be on it.
Barry has been our most loyal fan for the last year and some change. You go to his stuff, all you can do is see the Alabama sky with him playing a harmonica.
I love it. It's my favorite.
I would love to have you on. And Sean, you're booked. You'll be in movies and TV for sure. We're gonna come hang out with you too. Absolutely. And Super Garbage Day. We'll talk on IG, on the Instagram, and we'd love to have you on. And vice versa if you ever need us. So hey, let's jump back into this thing and finish this thing off. Keith, we're at Link.
Sir.
And Zelda better not show up today on Andy's list. It is not a shooter unless, but where are you going?
We are on Link, yes.
Okay, that's what I thought. Oh, that's why you said no Zelda, because it looked okay. Okay, so this is one. It's a Sega Saturn game. I actually have it right here. And this is not your typical like side-scrolling shoot 'em up. It's a top-down. Galactic Attack. It may have been on an. Well, that's kind of shining there. I don't know if you can see it. Galactic Attack.
So shiny.
So see if you can kind of see. It's top-down, but the graphics,
nice.
The scenery is just absolutely beautiful. Very, very hard. Me and my son play it. My daughter plays it with me, so all my kids play it with me. We haven't played it probably in a month or so, but anyways, yeah, top down, crazy bullets, everything going on, and it's like layered in the backgrounds. So that's one of the reasons I like it, because there's always stuff going on. There's little enemies coming in the like way down below, and so you're having to drop bombs at them, and then there's stuff coming at you. And so it's even though it's top down, there's stuff happening all through in different layers, and the music has that energetic, futuristic. I don't know how to explain it, but you just have to play it or go look it up on YouTube and look up a gameplay. So yeah, this is my Link, and it's still a traditional shmup. In fact, I would say it's very traditional shmup, but I don't know what the genre of it is. But yeah, Galactic Attack on the Sega Saturn.
So I'll just say this: Saturn is not in my wheelhouse. I've watched gameplay of Saturn a lot. I've barely played it. I know we have Saturn Steve coming. They were talking about doing Saturn. I was like, I don't know much about Saturn at all. I know you collected it, but I'm looking here gameplay, and I'm looking at some of the screenshots. This is definitely a typical, what you would consider a typical shmup.
Yeah.
Spaceship enemy type thing. Yeah, it's great. 89 Sigma in the house. I recommend Gradius series by Konami. Well, hang along.
What's
hang
up,
along,
man? How's it going?
89.
Yeah, hang on.
Thanks for being here. This is for you.
No. Oh, I thought you were about to say that. Say that as one of yours. So.
No. I'm not going right now. I'm not going right now. It's Andy's turn, but I was going to say 89 Sigma. This is for you. Everybody else that's new in the chat, Asia, I saw over there. I'm pretty sure Asia is the name of one of my students' parents. So whoever that really is, hi. And I saw Genesis earlier. I waved, but some of my students kind of pop in and out. So that's one of the things that I love. But yeah, welcome 89 Sigma. Thank you for being here, and hopefully enjoy the show. Andy. Yes. I think you're up.
I am so excited for this one.
Hey, guys, if you came here for SHMUP Show, I'm sorry. Don't leave yet. This guy right here is controversial.
All right. I have to put this one on here. And in fact, I actually have this game right here in front of me right now. So, Kirk, Explain to me what is a rail shooter?
The rail, by the definition is it forces you to go in one direction. It's kind of 3D-ish, yeah.
For sure. Okay, so then this fits. Okay, this game is considered a rail shooter game as players move through a predetermined path while shooting their subjects. I'm going Pokemon Snap. There it is. Pokemon Snap is my rail shooter. You're shooting photos of Pokemon through a predetermined path. There it is, baby. That's it. That's the game right there. Pokemon Snap. I absolutely love this game for whatever reason. I've always loved this game. And when I was looking this up, I was doing this research, and I'm like, so I came across the rail shooter genre, and I said, you know what game kind of fits into that, like the predetermined path thing? Pokemon Snap. Let me just look. And I'm like, it's all online. It says, again, Google is my criteria, that it is a rail shooter type game. So that is all that I needed. And it's my link because I adore this game. This game is so fun. This game is great. If you don't love this game, you just haven't played. It's a fantastic game. There is my Rocky Road pick. There is my Mulan. Have at it. Let me know. I'm getting a lot of love for this game. Look, Andy is a legend. Right?
I don't think
Andy is a legend.
I never thought I would hear those terms twice over such a misuse of a term. You know,
this is what happens when Keith picks the game genres. I have to do this.
I love Pokemon Snap. Don't get me wrong. I actually like Pokemon Snap a lot, but yeah, this is the one I don't know about.
Why isn't it a rail shooter?
I mean, you're taking pictures. It may be a rail
You're
game.
shooting photos. You are shooting. What do you do? You have a photo shoot.
You do throw apples and Pokeballs at the.
You do. You do. There are weapons. There are weapons.
Right, you shoot the camera, right?
You blow up bombs.
You throw one at Electro. My best friend from as a child, you just made him unsubscribe.
Now I can concur.
Listen, I adore this game. I'm gonna play a bunch of it tomorrow.
You do you. I knew there would be a few that you'd be off. Just like we're gonna do music. Look, guys, we're gonna do music in March and April, and we'd love to have all of you on, whoever wants to be on. But I usually kind of go off the rails in music, and Andy is very very
there are
on
rules
point.
to music. There are no rules.
There are rules in music, but not in video games.
You're gonna go viral, you guys. That should be viral.
Pokemon Snap is kind of like a comfort food, right? It's kind of like a comfort food. Not everybody has to get it, but you got to catch them all, though, right? You got to catch them all.
It's such a fun game.
All right, so I'm going to go to the top two. My number one and number two to me are the top two genres of the subgenres of the shmup genre. With this version, I'm going with the run and gun portion. And did my name give it away a little bit? But yeah, I'm going with the original. There it is, man. Contra, right? And hours and hours. And look, this is that up, down, left, right, left. Let me just say this. As I was researching through this, somebody said it in the tag. Somebody said it, something about Konami, right? And it might have been 89 Sigma.
It was 89 Sigma, yeah.
But I'm going to tell you, like, Konami is the kings of this, right? As I was going, I was like, oh, I didn't know that was Konami. Rocket Knight was Konami, Annie.
Yeah.
I mean, I like just so much of this genre that is really good. But as far as run and gun, there are about 5 games. So I think we could do a whole run and gun show. this is probably my George for sure, just for nostalgia purposes only. Not the best game, but nostalgic game, most iconic and nostalgic game. There are many others out there, and I've seen them over here in the chat, but I'm going to just share that Contra, to me, just like Galaga, is kind of the one that kind of inspired all these. So a lot of aliens, two guys. They got Arnold and Stallone on the cover, which is hilarious. Yeah. And just a classic game. Now, if you're talking Contra, it's not even the best of its franchise. Contra 3, Contra 5. The newest one was okay. I watched somebody have some gameplay of it. The new one that's on the Switch. Yeah. But this one to me is like it's my go-to. I want to play this for a little bit, and go. I'd play this one.
Look at that awesome running gun.
I was going to say that rail gunner.
That rail shooter. Look at that rail shooter right behind you. Look at him. Shot. Got him. Look at that. Dang. That's good. Somebody should pick that game.
That's why I started laughing, because Andy put that in the chat, and I was like, oh, I better be quiet. I wasn't laughing at you. I was laughing at what he did.
I feel it.
Hey, Patrick.
Hey, 16 people watching. 17. Everybody go hit like. Go spam the like. So, yeah. Do you guys like Contra?
Oh, yeah. I love this. Okay. This is a
Contra is an absolute classic. So, me and my brother used to play that game all the time, and he would speed run it and everything. Definitely a very good game.
I think if you were picking these as a team, this is like your face of the franchise kind of guy. This is he's going to sell the tickets. Pokemon Snap is like the wild card. You don't know what you're going to get out of it. Like it's like the Ron Artest of your team.
Well,
you know what I
mean? He's kind of
world peace.
It's kind of like the flea flicker, right? It only works once.
That payoff though is nice.
It only works once.
Wow.
Yeah. No, this is a good game. Contra's great. I mean, you can't argue that one.
Well,
this is the first Benjamin that's been taken from me. So
there is my running gun. So, all right, finish us off. Who's your George?
This is me, right?
Yes.
Who's your George?
Okay, so I like I said, I changed something. Well, I changed one thing because I decided to take off. I'm putting the running gun for all the.
Right. I'll just share this. I kind of know where your running gun is because of the question we chatted. And I almost up, down, select, which used to be Super Retro Force.
What's up?
Now, what's up, man? Way to be we love you, man. So thanks for being here for sure. And man, enjoy. Welcome to the show. You have the Super Retro Force has been here before. You have a wrench. Everybody has a wrench, by the way. So go sub and like and follow everybody, man. So there you go. Keith, finish what you're saying.
Yeah. So
the one that you were going to pick, I almost was like, maybe we can crush more.
Yeah.
But yeah,
well, no,
it's a fantastic game.
I moved it anyways and just going with classics. This one is a very nostalgic one for me. Me and my cousin used to play this all the time whenever I was like 8 years old or something. But I think 89 Sigma said it earlier in the chat, which is the Gradius games. So I remember playing Gradius on the Super Nintendo when I think I was like 8 years old. It's a normal side scroller one, but it's another chaotic stuff going all over the place, futuristic, spaceship game. That one is actually I can't remember that I know for sure that one I've beaten multiple times, but most shoot 'em ups I can't beat. They're so freaking hard. But that one was very hard, but I remember playing through the night over and over again. And my cousin was like 8 years older than me, but for some reason that game brought us together. And so Gradius would be my number one pick.
So if you're going the original Gradius, right, you're going probably the Nintendo version. Or are you picking?
I'm going Super Nintendo.
Super Nintendo. So that's part 3?
I think it is part 3. I
Gradius
just
3.
never knew this. See, that's bad that I don't know if it was part 3 or not. That's just the one that I'm familiar with.
The Super Nintendo one is 3,
Is
I'm
it
sure.
3?
And I think Life Force is also Konami, which uses the same plane. And this is a great game. This is a great series. Like Kevin said, I remember being so mad that I didn't get Gradius 2 on the NES. Yeah.
It would be Gradius 3. Yeah.
Some say Gradius, some say Gradius. It's a fantastic game either way. It's top of the line shooter. There's a lot of other good games out there, but this one here is probably one of the GOATs. Let's just say that. Andy, do you like Gradius?
I was too busy playing Pokemon Snap.
Oh, Lord, have mercy.
No, I don't know it. I mean, it's
don't
like
know.
95% of the games that came out on the lists, I had no idea what they were. So, I don't know.
It's a lot of fun, man. You should try it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a fantastic game. Fantastic game. So, Andy, you're up.
Yes. My final pick is Pokemon Snap 2. No, I'm just kidding. It's not. I don't. Do they have a second one? Who knows? But I'm gonna go with another one that I've got a copy of right here in front of me. This actually is another rail shooter too. It is also for the N64 because I have it. And all I'm gonna say is use the boost to get through. I'm going Star Fox 64. I love this game. This is a fantastic game. My Emperor, I have failed you. There's so many great quotes in this game. Hey, Einstein, we're on the same side. I absolutely love this game. What is fun about this game is that, so this is one of the first ones when I was collecting the 64 again that I knew I had to get. I love this game. Star Fox is another guy that I like to pick on Super Smash for the 64. I like that level. I love this game. I love the animation. I love everything about this game. But what's really cool is that you can beat this game really quick. Like I did, one route through. Now there's different paths you can take that you can actually go and like try to 100% stuff. That is going to take you a little bit more time. But just to do it once through, it only took me, not that long to get through every level. I died on a couple of them. I didn't really die until I got to the level, if you've played this, where you're actually in like on the ground in that like mine cart type thing. That gets still, and you're chasing the train or whatever it is. Either way, this game is fantastic. I love this game so much. It is one of my top 64 games for sure. It's definitely not a hidden gem. I know we won't talk about this in a couple weeks. Everyone knows Star Fox. But yeah, so because, you have the predetermined path and you can go a little off path with some kind of like side quests, like secret routes and different things, but still you're kind of controlled that you're going forward and stopping at certain areas at certain bosses. You're getting attacked from all over the place. You've got to do a barrel roll. You've got to use the boost to get through. You got to do all those great things. So anyway, Star Fox 64, my George, super fun, playable game.
I'll take that.
Hey,
I cleaned it up, right? Did I clean it up?
That was good.
I had to start because I knew that's where you're going. I was kind of showing my cards, and then I started playing around and going to other ones. But yeah, this is definitely your George. Nintendo 64. I knew you were going to have it there. It's kind of a rail. It's kind of a rail as well, but it's also kind of that 3D isometric version. Now that Snap might show up in a hidden gem. Because it needs to be.
It's definitely not a hidden gem.
It needs to be hidden. It needs to be hidden.
It doesn't
It needs to be hidden from the shoot 'em ups. It needs to be hidden.
It is a fantastic game, and it is a great rail shooter.
It's a great rail shooter.
It's a great game.
It's my second favorite. So.
You cleaned it up with that Star Fox though. I'll take that. Cool. I enjoyed all the Star Foxes. So I never played.
Yeah, and that's the other point. That whole franchise of Star Fox. Is great. I don't think they really went wrong with anything. So they know what they're doing. They do it well. It's a great game.
Well, I got mine queued up, and let's just throw it down because wait, let me go find it. As it's coming up, here we go. Come on, play. There. Oh, another Konami.
Yep.
You guessed it. There it is. Rushmore, baby.
Oh, wow.
Gradius 3. There's
I
my
shouldn't have
copy. It's the best. It's the
Hey, it's
best,
King.
man.
It's
Look,
King.
there it is.
That's actually Kirk's. That's not King's.
That is actually Kirk. I don't know who Kirk is, but that's his. And man,
Is that
this
your
probably
is that like
got
an original
more playing time than any other shooter in my house. I love this game. I have another game that I'm going to show here in a minute that, as a matter of fact, I probably got this from Kevin. Matter of fact, now that I'm thinking about it, but the other one I definitely got from Kevin. Without a shadow of a doubt, he's the only person that could have ever got this back in 1993 that I knew. But I will definitely be showing that game soon on my Benjamins. But Konami, the music's great.
Yeah.
The one thing about this game that really caught a lot of flack was the slowdown on it. There was a lot of slowdown, and it's been redone. They've patched it up, and if you play the new versions of it, it is extremely fast. And Keith, you said you beat it, and one of the things that helped me to beat it as a kid was the slowdown. But when you play this thing in the fast, it goes to that bullet hell type whatever. It becomes very hard.
I haven't played any new version of it.
So I love the bosses in this. You have the bubble that you go through the middle of the bubble. You got the plant. You got the sand dragon. You've got two sand dragons, if I remember correctly. You've got the fire enemy. This game was so awesome. The music is great. It's a blast. It has the Konami code. And it goes with the what I loved is you can kind of pick which what upgrades that you want to go with your plane. That's a big thing about shoot 'em ups, the actual side scrollers. You have that menu at the bottom. You collect all the things as you go, and you can wait until you get. And I usually go speed, get it fast real quick, and so I can move around, and then start building on that gun. But you can kind of change it up depending on the way you wanted to go with the low, the up. I love this game. It was hard, but I played it so much that I became a really good player. There's the old book, still in good shape. Look at that, man! I love this game.
Wow! Is that your original copy?
Yeah, it's my original copy.
That's why it says Kirk. That's awesome, man.
Look, there's all the bosses right there. Boom.
Yeah, I remember the what is it, Easter Island heads or whatever.
Oh yeah, that too. Those guys. Right down. Oh, that's this one right here. It's backwards.
Oh
boom,
yeah,
boom,
that's
boom.
the big brain boss.
And then here's those like sand fire dragons, and then the bubble is up there, right there. Yeah. I love this game. Great game, and top of the line. Gradius to me is the pinnacle of shoot 'em ups.
Yeah,
pinnacle.
Hey, not to bogart the mic here. I did get 2 comments that said I'm a legend.
Oh, so Kevin must have saw the same thing I was talking about. Hold on, sorry. That makes it near impossible. And look, I didn't even see your comment down there, Kevin. I actually watched a couple videos on it, and it's insane. Andy is a man of class. Really,
I'm a man of class, and I'm a legend times 2. So
time out.
Saying, I'm
the one thing I know
is
the only thing you used to take class and you're done with class. That's the only class you ever had. Class is over. Class is done.
I got a degree. I got a degree in PE, so it wasn't much class. But there's the class right there, baby.
That's the class.
Yeah, so this is my original copy there, Keith.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I don't have a copy. It has the original fake label that I put because you couldn't see it on the side. Yeah.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah. Man. Gradius 3. Awesome. Gradius 3. All right. Well,
very good.
I wish I had it in the box.
I'm looking forward to tomorrow to winning the poll of who won.
Yeah.
I'm just looking forward to.
If anybody's winning this poll, it's Keith because he's going traditional. He's going traditional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
you gotta know the audience.
I can see people go, "Oh yeah, Pokemon Snap."
So there's the George. That's our crew. That's our crew. So look, let's get into the Benjamins. All about the Benjamins. Time to hit that favorite song everybody loves. Here we go.
I think at some point,
we're going to need them out. There's so many games, man. Let me just say this: Genesis we mentioned some Genesis games, but Genesis probably has 15 more great shoot 'em ups that I can think of.
Well, then you got imports as well.
Just shoot 'em up all day long. Just as Genesis was as shoot 'em up as Neo Geo was fighting games. I mean, like Genesis has so many more, and I'm not a Genesis guy, so I know they're out there though. This is how this works. For everybody that's new, this is kind of like a draft, like fantasy football. Keith's going to go first, then Andy, then me. But we cannot say anything that's already been mentioned. So no Gradius, none of the things we already mentioned. You have to bring something brand new to the table, and once you draft it, it's gone. So, like, here you go, Keith. If you let that run and gun go, I'm going to have to take it. See what I'm saying? So yeah. So anyways. So I'm going. Is that me? So you're up first. What is the very first? Yeah, Trucks did Thunder Force series. Yeah, Thunder Force series. All around gameplay, music, the whole thing is crazy. But I never played it. I've never played it. I watched a ton of gameplay of it this last week and a half though. It looks phenomenal. So, anyways, you're up.
Okay, so some of these are traditional, but I'm gonna go with well, here it is right here. Run and Gun, Gunstar Heroes. I actually have it playing in the background. So
is that the one we're gonna pick?
Amazing. This is by far one of my favorite of all the subgenres and everything. So
Dave Mattingly, man, he worked on Wolfenstein 3D. Wow. That's still my favorite. Back then, Doom was, dude, I didn't even think about that as a shooter, right? Well, it's a shooter, but not in this form. Yeah. That's kind of.
It's not. I mean, it's not at the same like as Pokemon Snap, right? I mean,
not quite at that level.
No,
it was good information.
I am glad Kevin is here because earlier you mentioned Zombie Ate My Neighbors, Andy, and I said I'll hold it. The story. I've shared this story before. Yes, Kevin, you know where I'm going. I've shared this story before. When I was a kid, I stole about $1,500 from the local baseball field as a little bratty kid, and I bought a system from Kevin that he had that would burn our old Super Nintendo and Genesis games to floppy disks. And when I bought it from him, he gave me a ton of games. He gave me Zombie Ate My Neighbors, and he gave me Gunstar Heroes. And I bought from him for like $500, I think, $400 of that money that I had. And my parents were like, how in the heck did you get this? And I had to always make up a story all the time. I felt pretty good. This before I was saved. This is before I was a pastor. I've asked God for forgiveness. I don't own it anymore. But, man, Kevin, I know I said the name of it not long ago. What's the name of that thing? It's MD.
Hunter.
There it is. The MGH, the Multi-Game Hunter.
I don't even know what that is.
Dude, the Multi-Game Hunter. And listen, what an amazing.
Oh, I've seen this. Oh, wow. I didn't even realize what that was. Yeah.
So
guys in my neighborhood had that.
I don't know. That was Kevin. We were probably 8th grade when that happened, maybe 7th grade. So I know you moved to our school in 7th grade, so I probably bought it in 8th grade from you, maybe almost 9th. But anyways, Zombies Ate My Neighbors and Gunstar Heroes. And Gunstar Heroes is absolutely the pinnacle of run and gun for me. It's by far everything I want in enjoying a game. Just sitting down. It's so hard. It's fun, man. It's so great. Yeah, it's Super Nintendo and Genesis. But anyways, all right, Andy, you're up.
All right, I'm gonna go with an arcade rail shooter. Although this was PlayStation as well. Let's go Time Crisis.
Oh.
Time Crisis is gonna be my next pick.
Dude, that's actual.
Yeah,
I guess that would be.
Yeah. Time Crisis, and that one had the like foot pedal to reload. Yeah.
Fun game.
All right, well, Kevin, I hope he's still here because he just commented. Here's another one for you, Kevin. This one definitely was purchased from Kevin. I almost made this my number one. It was definitely on my list originally before I revamped it when I was just going to do originals. but Parodius Da for the Famicom, and there's no way I would have gotten a game back then. I don't even know, Kevin. I don't even know how'd you get this back in '92 or '93. I don't even know how you did that, but here it is, the original right there, and there. Look, my name is on it.
There you go.
Dude, so it is also a Konami game. It has Poppin' Twin B. It has
Wow. Yep, that's not Jared. That's Eric for sure.
Yes.
Definitely Eric.
Yes. That's awesome. Hey, thanks for being here. Whether it's Jared or Eric, thanks for being here. We love you guys. Great testimony. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, Kev, Parodius. This is one of my favorite games. It was my number 2 on my typical list. Great music. It has the same plane as Gradius, but you also can play with Poppin' Twin B, which that was my favorite character. And then you have an octopus and a penguin you could play with. But one of the things I loved about this game was the music and the bosses. The bosses were silly and goofy, but the music, they call this a cute them up. Yeah.
Yeah. Japanese.
Yeah. So it's all like cats and stuff you're fighting. But look, the music was all like techno versions of classical jam, like Beethoven and stuff. It was awesome. Yeah. Love this game.
Nice.
Wasn't it kind of a funny take on shmup? Yeah. It was definitely a funny take. They call them cute-em-ups.
There's quite a few of those, actually. Some really expensive ones, too.
So, I mean, I don't know how much this is worth anymore, but I'm pretty sure I got it from Kevin. But there's some of the characters right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
like that chick in the middle. She is like huge. You have to go by her, like go under her legs. There it is. Yeah, and you have to like fight through her. Yeah, there's a sequel. Yeah, there's a couple of them. I have a couple of them actually on this. But this one's the D-A exclamation. Pretty fun game. Love it. All right, my second one. I mentioned this last week, Andy. This was going to be number 3 of my typical shoot 'em ups. Mentioned it last week with Bryce. Another one with my name on it. Talking about Game Boy. Going with the original Game Boy R-Type. There it is. Yeah.
R-Type's good.
Right. I never played any of the other ones. I know R-Type 3 is fantastic. I never played it. This was the version that I had that I played a lot. That was going to be 1, 2, and 3 on my original list. So there you go. You're up, Andy.
All right. I'm trying. I don't think this one will be taken. So I'm going to move that one down.
I think you're safe.
I really do think I'm safe with these ones. I'm going to do this one just because it's a classic one, and we sort of touched on this game earlier, but I feel like it would be tough to do this whole list without mentioning it. Let's put Metal Slug out there. Let's put Metal Slug on.
You have to.
Let's do it. I mean, there was in all of its iterations, right? I mean, Metal Slug, however many they've had. Again, I shared originally playing this game on the arcade as a kid. There was an arcade. Kirk, remember the condo that we went to in Alabama? Growing up, going there, there was an arcade at the indoor pool, and there was Metal Slug, there was Hydro Thunder, and there was WrestleMania. I mean, it's like a 1, 2, 3.
And you mentioned most of those games on your arcade back in the day when we first did it.
WrestleMania is the best arcade game there is, but I digress. This
Metal Slug is extremely hard. Metal Slug is extremely hard.
Is it difficult? Yeah, for sure.
Well, what I mean by that is it's like one of those bullet hell running guns, right? Yeah. Like it's just like there's stuff everywhere. And a lot of those games, when they ported them to console, they were pretty slow. But playing them in the actual arcade, fantastic. Gosh.
That was I just had it emulated.
Yeah, well, look, we're changing subject a little bit. Netflix showed the first wrestling show. We did wrestling. We love wrestling. And yes, he did. And he did get booed. That's an iconic moment for wrestling. I mean, gosh, that's a big deal. That's a big deal. If you like wrestling. It was an arcade game that was designed to siphon quarters. Yeah, absolutely.
Quarters. Absolutely.
That's a great point, Kevin. It absolutely siphoned a ton.
Wait a minute, Bryce. I thought you were on my side.
All right, Keith, you get 2 picks.
Okay. So another not as traditional railgunner. You know, I'm gonna go with Panzer Dragoon. So
I was thinking that's what you were going with last pick, or the last. I thought that was what you were going with pick number 2 on your list when you said Saturn game. I was like, oh, here it comes.
It was there, but I decided to just have more just pure traditional shmup.
Yeah. So this is a hard decision. I don't know which preacher to pick tonight. There's 3 of my top 4. Okay.
You got to step up your game of finding preachers, Dave. That's all I got to say. You got to find some.
Well, we did have a really good one on just a little while ago. If he's still around, Dave Mattingly.
Oh yeah,
he's enough. Yeah, Dave. Hey, everybody! If you're here and you don't know Dave, Dave's over Louisiana RetroCon. Shout him out. 3 weeks from now, I think it's 3 weeks. We're going to be hanging out with you, preaching Sonic the Hedgehog. We're the MCs, so we're going to be running around. We're going to be doing interviews, top 4s. We're going to be doing shorts. We're going to be coming up with all kinds of games. We're going to have fun. Oh, and Derek's in town. Hello, Derek.
What's up?
All right, so you get one more, Keith, and then we'll chat with Derek. Get one more.
Okay. Well, Andy took my my Metal Slug, so I can't use that one. So so the rest are traditional. I'm trying to see which. Well, you know, I'm gonna no. This one's not your traditional. Maybe Cuphead. I'm gonna go with Cuphead.
So okay, I've not played this game, but I watched gameplay of it, and it looks like the absolute coolest looking game of all time.
It's so freaking hard too. It is awesome, but it is hard.
Dude, just the animation, like the classic cartoon animation. Oh my gosh, it looks amazing.
It's really, really good. So
it's like I want to play this game for sure.
Yeah, you should get it, man. It's on the Switch.
I also haven't played this. I know it's big on the newer generation of games. It's not something I've picked up yet. I do enjoy watching people play it. Yeah, there it is. There it is. If you want to know what it is, there it was. The art of this game it blows my mind. It's almost as if you took old Mickey Mouse or Popeye or like 30s cartoons and you put it in a blender with PlayStation 5 and spit it out and then threw bullets all over the place. And then it's got what I love about it. It breaks the fourth wall. It does all kinds of things that games just don't do. And then it's so strange because it's like, who thought of Cuphead? You know what I mean? Like, it's weird. But multiple. Play it. It's a fun game. It's awesome.
It's multiple. It's multiple in that genre because you have run and gun. You have your traditional, side scrolling, and I don't think there's top down. No, I don't think there's top down on that. But Bryce said it is the Dark Souls of shmups, I think is what he said.
Hey,
so, yeah.
Barry. I wish he was related to Don Mattingly. That's my favorite player of all time. But Dave Mattingly is just as cool. He is a geek preacher. He's one of the guys that he is like a trailblazer of this. He's been preaching at conventions since before I was even saved. So I love that. Hey, let's shout out Derek real quick. Derek is in the house. Derek is going to come on, and he is chatting about vicariously living through video games. And I just want to do a prayer for him real quick.
Yeah.
Honestly, he's one of our Twitch guys. We met through Twitch, but his wife is going through some cancer treatments. He's got his aunt in the hospital. It's been a kind of a wild day. Shoot 'em up's cool. But let me just say something. We love video games, but the real heart here is Jesus and community. And look, if this offends you, we appreciate you supporting us. And there's some other people that aren't going to do this, but we're going to stand on our faith. Lord, I pray right now that through a community of people that can talk video games, that we can come together and lift your name up high to allow you the praise, the worship, and the glory. And we know that only you can do what you do. You are the holy physician. You are the person that the one person in this world that can snap their fingers like Thanos, that can actually do the super powerful things that we want to do. But you use us, and we're here to be the vessel. And Lord, we pray right now, divine intervention and strength and love over Derek, his family, his wife. And we pray over Derek's eyes. He is legally blind. We just pray right now in Jesus' name that you continue to lift him up to be a soldier in the community, and that you can show your glory through just simple things like this community. In Jesus' name. Man. Gunstar Heroes, Space Invaders, Super Contra, and Metal Plug. We've mentioned a bunch of those, Derek. We've mentioned a bunch of those. So great picks.
I think all of them, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we haven't mentioned necessarily Super Contra.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Or and Space Invaders was kind of just a conversation. But yeah. Jesus is amazing. Yep. Amen to that. Andy, you're up.
Is it mine? I thought
yeah.
Did you too? Okay. I'm gonna go with let's just do this. I feel like it has to be mentioned. It's another one of those legacy picks. You mentioned Galaga. Why not? Let's put Space Invaders out there. Let's do it.
Oh, that's what it was, Galaga.
And the specific thing about Space Invaders to me that I love doing is going to Chuck E. Cheese and playing it on the giant wall.
Dude,
that's just
so our bowling alley has that big giant wall, and it has Space Invaders and Galaga on it. It's awesome. You can pick between the two.
Yeah, it's a fun game. It's a great classic one.
Absolutely, Derek. Listen, Derek, video games are fun, but hey, there's a real mission, and all this stuff rots away, and we'll be great. So, amen. We love you, man, and we can't wait to have you on the show. He's going to be on the show the first week of February now, talking things like this. Like in video games, you get 30 lives if you go up, up, down, down. I mean, if we could do up, up, down, down when we're sick and get better, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so there you go. All right. I'm up. I get 2 picks, right? Number 1, I'm going with, when I think of Gunstar Heroes, I think of another video game. I think I also had it on the MGH. They're very synonymous. But I'm going, my buddy Retro Kart Collector will be here at the very end of this track with RNG. And he's got the arcade game in the back. Sunset Riders. Going nice. Sunset Riders. That is a fantastic run and gun. Love that game. It kind of goes forward and sideways. But that's going to go that. And then I'm going to finish off with my favorite, another great shooter. I own this, but I don't have it anymore. I don't know what happened to it. And it's one of those ones I would like to get because, in my opinion, it is the most iconic box of all time. But I'm going with Phalanx, which is got the old guy playing the banjo on his porch with the airplane flying by, Super Nintendo. So, yeah, I'm going with that.
Nice. All right. Nice. All right, so for my final pick, I'm going to do a one that is a platformer, but it's a shoot 'em up platformer is what it says on Google. I'm going to end it fun. I'm going with one of my favorite, most iconic characters. Give me Earthworm Jim.
Dude,
Google tells me it's a shoot 'em up.
I love it. MGH too. Earthworm Jim.
Earthworm
Jim.
Jim.
Hey, look, just real quick, go back to my pick. There it is. Like the most iconic box art of all time. Oh,
you got blocked. That is really
I never played it, but I remember seeing it. I've never played it.
Kirk, that's you now.
Yeah, man.
Kirk looked at that box when he was a kid. He's like, look at that old man.
It's a fun game. It's a fun game. All right, so Keith, finish us off.
All right. So last one I have here is a classic Sega Genesis, and it is Lightning Force. I don't know if it's the Thunder Force series, but I never played that. But Lightning Force. Typical space, fast-paced, side. Oh, is that what you're pulling up?
No, phalanx.
Oh,
What
okay.
would you pull up? What you want?
Lightning Force. No, get that. I didn't know. I saw your
Lightning
point.
Force for what? Genesis?
Yeah, it was Sega Genesis. Yeah.
Oh, so phalanx was Kimka.
Kimka.
All right, let's see. Lightning Force. Let's see if I got it. HIDMNOP. Lightning. Lawnmower Man. What? That Kevin. Lawnmower Man. We went and saw Lawnmower Man in the theater.
I remember the movie. I didn't know there's a game.
Lightning Force. There it is, bro.
It's got the bump and bass.
Lightning. Like it adds the E in. The E in
Yeah,
the
lightning. That's right. Yeah, lightning.
They're lightening the Force. Just
the lightning.
It's not full-fledged.
Lightning.
That's how it's a Southern game because they added syllables.
See, Kevin, when are you going to do your own video game channel? You know more about video games than anybody I know in the history of this. He could have a channel like The Historian. He wrote, look, it's made by Technosoft, kind of the Force. Of course he knew. Of course. There it is. So check it out. Oh, this is cool looking. Check it out.
Yeah. So it is part of the whole Thunder Force and all that. I wasn't sure. I thought it was.
Thunder Force 5 or whatever it was is crazy. It's so good. Wasn't Mufasa bad?
No.
How was Mufasa?
I thought Mufasa was pretty good, actually. I didn't think it was. I mean, now it's not as good as The Lion King. I mean, there's just so much iconic to that, but I thought it was a cool story. It was the origin story. Now you know why Mufasa and Scar have this beef that they do. So
don't give it away because I haven't seen it yet. Come on.
You know they have a beef, right? I mean, you have to know that.
I know they have a beef, but I'm stopping you there.
Well, what happened was
movies. Bryce just brought it up. Speaking of movies, Bryce just brought it up. Davey, are you still in here, Davey? Did you go see Sonic 3?
Oh, he definitely.
I went and saw Sonic 3. It's a great movie. Not giving anything away, except make sure you stay to the end twice. 2 times. It's got 2 times. So, anyways, it's a great movie.
Well, I will say this about Mufasa real quick. They open up, and this isn't giving anything away. They open up with James Earl Jones' voice, and they do it in memory of, which is really classy. It's cool that they
that's
shot at the beginning. It's perfect.
Hey, so look, we got 19 people. That's the end of our show. Oh no, just kidding. Yeah, that's the end of our show. And we are going to. We've got a lot coming up. Next week we have Retro Rob. Then we had Iowa on earlier. Then Derek and Jag, and then. Listen, not to diminish anybody here, but the last 3 all together in subs have more subs than everybody on the channel. You see what I'm saying? So we got Manny coming on and Saturn Steve, but then you got Mort, RNG, Pac-Man, and Retro Wolf and Retro Cart at the end of February. We are packed, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so blessed. We are so blessed. That we're not a video game channel, but we're not a video game channel. Like it's the same thing. We just like to talk pop culture. We love to talk about Jesus. We love to have fun, and we are so blessed that anybody would just give us an hour or 2 of their time and hang out with us. Thank you for making Thursdays great for us. And Keith, we pray for everything that you got going on in the future. We can't wait to see what the 10K goes towards and who it goes towards with the giveaways and all of that. If you need anything from us to participate and help chug that along, we're there. If we see you at the cons, make sure you stop by and say hello. But tell them where you're going to be and when you're going to be. What's the next videos you got coming up? Maybe tell them if Double Mint's got something coming up that you want them to go watch, or some of the conventions you got coming up.
So I'm going to give you a sneak peek of what I have really quick.
Oh, nice.
Sorry, it's trashed in this room, but
wait, we're going into the layer.
This is a sneak peek of. This isn't even like halfway done with the giveaway series, and so that's what I have coming out. That's starting next Friday, but tomorrow I have one. It's taking my son to go learning how to find video games to resell. So that's coming out tomorrow night at, I believe it's 6. And then after that, I'll be having videos for the whole series for 2 to 3 months on the giveaway series. And yeah, and then I'll be at Louisiana RetroCon with you guys. And I'm hoping to go to SoCal Gaming Expo. Of course, I'll be at RetroFest. I'm going to be at a lot more. I'll be at Retropalooza. And if anybody's in Houston, I am actually going next week, and I'm meeting up with Sega Steve, my Retro Life, Steve Flipper Dude. And so I'll be doing some filming there as well for the giveaway series, and for if David will let me, I'm doing another large video game collection game room tour. So a lot of stuff I'm working on, and but yeah, that's it. I'm just not doing lives as much right now. So no, I'm not doing them at all. Yours is the only one. I agreed to do this, and I wanted to do this with you guys because I've been wanting to be on. But you probably won't be seeing me do lives for a while right now. I just need
at least until next January.
Yeah, maybe I might come on before, but I just
next January. So here's the thing. As always, it's an open door. Love is an open door, right? So it's an open door policy. All you guys that are out there, you're welcome to be on our show. 100%. Go follow Pickin Preacher. Great guy in the faith. Great guy out there in the gaming space. Storyteller. He'll tell you how it is. And just a great person to have in the community. Follow everybody in the chat. You guys all have wrenches. If you're in the YouTube side, you definitely have wrenches. Go follow each other, subscribe. Last ditch effort. Look, I just want to say this. This is not like, I honestly, I don't, it always feels weird because we've never really done this because we were never this close, but, we are very close to hitting the watch time that we need to get the first step to be a part of the partner program. And then, so we're 150 hours, about 100 hours away from the 3,000. You have to do it within a year. If you add them all up for our 3 years, we're at like almost 8,000 or 9,000, but that doesn't count. You can only do it in 1 year. So we have a window. If you guys could help us watch a video or two in the background, share a comment, help us out and get to that spot. And so that we can then start to do some other things. We have about no less than 20, 23, 24, I think I counted, different shirts and coffee mugs and different things that we're about to put out. Nice. We're working on the Teespring and all that we're doing. We've got a lot of fun doing with that. I've made a whole bunch of designs. Andy and I made some designs. Here's one of them, by the way. Now, this is not our best work, but it is hilarious because if you go back and watch, all you have to do is go really watch the short for this, because the short is one of the best shorts we've ever put out. But Hammy and Son came on the show and we talked hamburgers. And we did our top 4. Oh, did I take it off? I must have took it off. We did our top 4 hamburgers. And I said, listen, we're all Christians here and we all have a good time. But to be honest, hamburgers are just the highway. And it's now stuck. Hamburger is the highway. It's kind of a saying for us now. And we made a shirt for it. We absolutely made a shirt for it because Hammy said you got to, and we did it. And here it is. I'll show it to you. I thought I had it up here, but I must have deleted it because I was going to try and get all the shirts up there. But here we go. Life is a highway. We got one. There it is.
There you go. Hold on. Let me put you.
Hamburger is the highway.
Wow.
So then it's a joke that
will you have those at Louisiana RetroCon?
We might not have them by then, but we will have them soon.
Hey,
we'll
I want to show you guys one.
Coming out.
Can I show them one that we did make? That's a fun little.
The dare or which one?
This one right here. Check this out.
All about your nice.
It's like the dare. Dare you
The
to
dare.
stay away from drugs?
So here's the thing: we're gonna play off of a lot of the old school nostalgia. We've got
This one is probably my favorite. I know I'm showing these things off, but just to give you guys.
There's one. There's a Summit Squad shirt for you guys.
Nice.
Hamburger's the highway. Who's the George?
This is one we're working on for either.
These are great stickers too.
There
Right
it
here.
is.
There it is. Look at that one.
Hey, Davey, you still out here? I got one for you. Davey, you still out there? Here's yours.
Kind of, do that. Oh, is that Sonic in the background? Is that the Sonic? Yeah, okay, yeah, that's Sonic. Okay.
And we got a hat coming out. There's the hat.
Oh, that's the hat. Yeah.
So, anyways, it'll be out soon. And look, I'm gonna be honest. We're not here to make any money, but StreamYard did go up like quadruple and got us in a pinch. We probably won't be with StreamYard again, but if you guys want to get some merch and share the love and support us, that'd be great because this is just a hobby. It's just a hobby. So need a mascot for that Dare shirt? We absolutely do. Hey, but I will say this. See you next week with Retro Rob. He's coming out of retirement. He retired his channel. Go look at that channel. Phenomenal channel. 1 year, like 3,500 subs. And he decided to give it all up to go and be an actor. He's going to act.
I thought he already was in Matrix and stuff.
Yeah, because he looks like Keanu. But Bryce mentioned Siege. I don't think I'm going to be able to go to Siege this year, guys. My daughter is playing in Kansas City that weekend, and I think I'll be in KC. Are you
going to Southern Fried? What is it? Southern Fried?
You can't see it, but the sticker's right here on my laptop to remind me. Last year, I wanted to go, and I was out of town, but I'm going to try and go to that this year. So Southern Fried's on my list. Siege is on my list if I can get there. The one Bryce is going to be at's in my backyard in Athens, Game Central Station. We'll probably hit that up. And then definitely RetroCon twice, St. Tammany CollectionCon twice, Pelicon once. I'd love to get to SoCal. It's honestly in a bad weekend. That's another weekend that my kids are playing, and it's going across the country. I was hoping that I'll be in California at the end of July for my daughter's tournament. I was hoping they would kind of interlap and I could just kind of scoop over, but no. But Andy, it's time to tell our 17 friends goodbye. We love you so much. Thank you so much. This is the pinnacle of the time of the Rushmore Show, and we've got great things coming. Oh, last but not least, Keith, Reboot is kicking off hard and strong coming up. You want to do a 5-10 minute little blurb one day, let us know. We'd love to have you to do a message. Same with Derek and anybody else that likes to preach or teach. And
at convention or like online or both? What do you mean? You talking about like because I know you're doing that at convention.
No, you. So the way we're doing it is we'll just set it up where you can log in.
Okay.
You can do it on your free time, and then we'll edit it.
Okay. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can just preach and we'll edit it into our like with our slides and stuff.
Okay.
So, yeah, PNX. So PNX, we do want you on the show. I thought Iowa was not going to be able to switch, which would have left Iowa's space open. Now there is a switch. So we will look to have you guys back. You can come in movies, TV, music, but nostalgia is a great one. So we don't have to wait so long.
There you go.
We'd love to have you. Yeah, I'm watching it right here. Notre Dame just took the lead. The Catholics are in the lead. Rudy. All right. So tell everybody good night, P.
All right, guys. Well, hey, thank you all for joining us. This was a fantastic episode, but it's time to say goodnight like we always do. This is the Rushmore Show, where it's all about your top four.
And nothing more.
Peace.